What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I am not in the best of situations right now, as in with how I'm feeling right now. I am not feeling well, but I'm gonna truck through and get through these episodes because I need to get them out. Mad Men I'm enjoying the series right now. I love the different scenarios and whatnot. Just enjoying it for what it is. I'm loving the dynamics, loving the characters, getting to know the characters and what they represent, what they're trying to portray. So I'm enjoying it. I have a little bit of a headache right now. I know it's probably going to progress throughout me watching episodes today, but we're going to get through it. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like the video, okay? Don't forget to like it. Don't forget that if you want to watch more of these episodes, if you want to be ahead of everybody else here on YouTube, you want early access, check out the Patreon, check out membership on the old channel as well. And if you are signing up for the membership on the original channel, make sure you join the Discord as well, so you can DM me and let me know that you have joined, so I can give you all the information you need how to access the videos, okay? Because it's not like with Patreon, the videos are already there. You can just access the folders, whatnot. I can't do that on YouTube, so make sure that you contact me if you join the membership over there, okay? We also don't get alerts from memberships, which is really terrible when it comes onto YouTube. I don't know when people join up for membership on the original channel. I have to go and check it myself, so it's a good way. DM your boy, okay? Let's jump into it. Mad Men, here we go.
So how is she?
Well, it's only been a short period in therapeutic time.
But she's making progress?
She's not particularly forthcoming yet.
Well, what has she been talking about?
Mostly, she seems consumed with petty jealousies and overwhelmed with everyday activities. Basically, we're dealing with the emotions of a child here.
Damn.
And let's not forget, the death of a parent is extremely destabilizing.
Oh, she lost a
That's
parent?
it.
Well, that's the beginning, certainly. As she becomes more forthcoming, we may be able to shed some light on the deeper issues as she talks more. Time and talk,
Privilege.
that's what I recommend right now. And again, evenings are better for me.
Well, I appreciate
Patient.
your time.
Hello there.
Good news. Mona and Margaret are going out of town for the weekend. Mona's mother fell down the steps.
You're really blessed.
Come on over. We will go away. Not tonight. Some weekend coming up. Puerto Rico?
I don't care if it's Cuba. I need a little notice.
You've got a lot of rules, Red.
You seem like a busy little girl. Jake pushing you around enough?
What does that mean?
Burning the midnight oil is not good for your skin.
Oh, no, it's for something else. I'm working on copy. Mr. Rumsen liked what I did in the brainstorming thingy.
Sanitary napkins?
No, lipstick.
What'd I say?
It's the Belle Jolie account.
Mr. Campbell, your wife called from the Four Seasons. They've been seated.
Thank you, Hildy. Want me to take a look at it? I do it for a lot of the fellas.
Really?
Yeah, really. We're all in it together.
Jesus, you must be starving.
Can't fight the facts.
I know I am. What's Betty making?
I don't know. I'll call Betty. Tell her
I
we'll
wonder
be
if
free.
they're smoking
No.
real cigarettes or fake cigarettes. I don't know.
Sure?
Are you kidding?
Take my car. Save you train fare.
Draper residence. You are coming home, right?
Yes. I'm coming home.
I don't know if I have enough food.
Bertie, what do you put in that freezer I bought you?
Frozen food.
What do you want me to say?
Betty, just steak? You sure you don't want some?
No, thank you, Roger. Well, I was pudgy as a girl, if you can believe it. I came into home ec in the 8th grade with a pattern for big girl pajamas. The teacher asked who I was making the pajamas for. I didn't realize how much weight I'd lost that summer. From tadpole to pollywog that year.
Sounds like a lateral move.
When I was little in the summer, we used to swim at night.
You know, sometimes you really
Sometimes
you
we-
catch yourself doing some things. Sometimes
Believe
you
me,
just
I know
gotta
those
laugh
things
at
very
yourself
difficult to
because
We say we go to a commercial break. Brought to you by more liquor.
You too.
You tell your kids there's no Santa Claus?
He'd never do that. Sally will be happy her cake was such a hit.
Make sure you tell her I ate the M in Mom.
Roger,
I can't believe you've had 2 babies.
don't do that.
You've been making eyes at me all night. You can't tell me that I'm not giving you hot pants.
This man is so disrespectful.
I just want you to know.
Why aren't you slapping this man in the face?
Thinking all about you.
Did you go
House?
to Russia to get that?
No, I ran down the street knocking on doors.
I mean, he kind of saw it too. I mean, I saw it.
Come on, you two. Come on out here and wish me a bon voyage.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I should be on my way. I'll take this for the road.
I'll walk you out. What was that?
What?
That. Him. Felt like someone turned the oven on when I came back in here with that bottle.
That's ridiculous.
Bullshit.
I liked the wine.
You made a fool of yourself.
Why would she say that?
You were throwing yourself at him, giggling at his stories.
I was being friendly. He's your boss.
I don't like to be treated that way in my own home. I know what I saw.
You want to bounce me off the walls? Would that make you feel better?
What the hell? Where's this coming from? Listen, man, I know Don cheats, and there's no excuse that he could give in the world. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse. But when you're being called out about something, you have to be accountable, right? You got to remain accountable. You got to you got to own that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were caught red-handed. Wasn't even trying to hide it. Because I saw how she was with him. I'm here thinking, I was like, is she like, you know what I'm saying, liking this dude right now? You know what I mean? Then he came, put his hands on you. And let me tell you something. When women are not into you, their reaction is not that. Their reaction is when they're into you. That's the reaction. The one that she gave, she's not fighting him off. She's not slapping him in the face. She's not calling her husband. You get what I'm saying? Like, a situation like that when a woman is being hit on in their own home, when their husband is home, they're calling their husband immediately. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But hey, what do I know?
About last night.
What about it?
When a man gets to the point when his name's on the building, he can get an unnatural sense of entitlement. So, I guess what I'm saying is, at some point, we've all parked in the wrong garage.
Thanks for the bottle, Roger.
And?
Betty's gonna want that glass back.
Good man.
If you're apologizing for what you did, just apologize. You're the man-to-man conversation.
Hi, honey. I made a roast beef. Just got the strings.
Oh, roast beef. You know it's just me tonight, right?
All right. I want to comment on this because we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. You guys know I've been talking throughout all these episodes, right? But I have to talk about this because it's something that, you know, is very even. It's talked about a lot. I don't mean to stutter. It's talked about a lot today on why this happens and why is it that even men that cheat, why do they get upset when the woman, the wife that they're giving their resources to and they're enjoying all the amenities and stuff like that the side women are not enjoying? Why do men get upset? Why do they get upset? Because they shouldn't, if their wife is trying to get some sort of outside, they shouldn't get upset. And it always comes back to the argument of men being extremely territorial. We're very territorial. See, if we claim something and that's, if we claim something that's my wife, right? That is my wife. That is who I'm giving my resources to. That is who I love. All these other women don't mean anything. Even if you're in that position, even though I don't condone cheating of any kind from whatever gender, right? You still got to understand that dynamic of how men think. You get what I'm saying? Because I've seen, you know what I'm saying? I see my brothers do it. They have more than one woman or whatever. Now, you know what I'm saying? They've settled down with their woman. They don't do that shit anymore, since they got married. But before, when they used to have multiple women and stuff like that, I see how it is. I see how stressful that shit is, man. Like it you know, and that's why I decided to never do that. To never have like two girlfriends at once or anything like that, or cheat if I'm in my marriage, whatever the situation is, because it's just it's not good, right? But you also got to understand that the men that do it, right? The men that do it, the other women, they don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. They don't mean as much as the wife. The wife is the one that gets the resources. The wife is the one that enjoys all those amenities. That's who is the one, if you get my meaning, right? So you might be wondering, like, why is he upset? Because we know as the audience that he cheats on his wife, right? Why is he upset about this particular circumstances? Not only, and one of the things, when women cheat, or if they know that you're cheating and they want to get back at you, women usually go for somebody that's close to you, somebody, the person that will show you the most disrespect. Now, I don't know if Betty found out that he's cheating. I don't know. I don't know if that's the reason why, or she just genuinely wanted to flirt with his boss to help him out, or whatever the situation. I don't know what it is. But I know people are going to watch this scene and be like, why is Don upset at this situation, knowing that he's a cheater himself? But you also got to understand that men are extremely territorial when it comes on to the woman that they're giving their resources to, that has their kids. They're extremely territorial. I'm talking about animalistic, primal kind of stuff. Like, even though you know that you're cheating or whatever, if a man steps to your wife, the one who's enjoying your resources and all that stuff, your wife, you'll punch a nigga in the face. It's as simple as that. You're not gonna be like, oh well, I have 6 women on the side. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way.
Mr. Campbell, I thought I'd take you up on your offer to look at my work, but if you're in the middle of something.
You ever been hunting, Peggy?
No, I don't think so.
You either
I
have or
don't
you
think
haven't.
so.
I went a couple of times with my uncle, New Hampshire. You have to be very quiet. I would pick it up, throw its back legs over my shoulder, and I would drag it through the snow to this little cabin. And then I'd take my big hunting knife and I'd cut this loin right out of the side.
So why don't you do that?
I'd go into the cabin, and there'd be this woman waiting for me. And I'd hand it to her, and she'd put it in a cast iron skillet. And then I'd sit at the table, and she'd bring it to me. And then I would eat it while she watches.
Why does this story sound so erotic?
I'll take a look at this for you.
That's I mean, hey man, I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, what he's envisioning, you're probably not gonna have that in the modern world. Of course, you're not gonna have that in the modern world. Most people don't hunt. You know what I'm saying? The story sounds very primitive, of course, but I get what he's trying to say. You know what I'm saying? You want to know that you can go out there and make the money, do all you need to do, get the resources and stuff like that. You come home and you say, and you don't even really have to say nothing. She just knows that my man went out there and he brought home the bacon, and now we have home. Now I'm serving him. You know what I'm saying? And show him that I appreciate him. You get what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that shit like that is just not, it's just not sexy to most women anymore. And I say this because really and truly over the years, men have not really changed in what they want and stuff like that. Overall, men are still the same. Women are the ones that have changed over the years for the most part. And you can chalk it up to, you know what I'm saying, oh, they didn't have enough rights in the past and all of this other stuff. But women is really the ones that have changed over time what they want. You get what I'm saying? If you talk to older women, like I talk to my mom all the time about these things and hear her perspective on things, because my mom is damn near in a 50-year marriage right now. I think it's over 50 years now. And it's the situation, you know what I'm saying? The difference between, you know what I'm saying, my sister, how long has she been married? She's been married for probably like 20 something years, 20 something years now. And it's beautiful to see, because you have those examples. But the difference, like the age gap between my mom and my sister, and then you have another younger person, it's a vast difference on how they raise their kids and how things go. I talked earlier about women waiting until they're in their 30s to do things, to get married and have kids, and they think they have forever. You get what I'm saying? If you talk to women that are 30 or 39, they still think that there's a high chance that they still find a man. When men that age are not looking for you. Like your chances of finding someone goes significantly lower. As a woman, finding a man to spend the rest of your life with is significantly lower when you pass the age of 30. Period. I think the women of back in the day understood a lot better understand men a lot better. Now women these days are fighting against what men want so much, because they're just all about themselves, very selfish. They just understand very basic things that men want to be in a relationship with them, and they can't do that. Like it's like a crime to ask a woman to cook for you these days. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, so you wanted a maid, why didn't you marry somebody else? You get what I'm saying? So now when we put those standards forward and we let women know what we want, they fight against it so much, but yet still they have this laundry list of things that they want, or standards that they want for a man. He's got to make $150K a year. You get what I'm saying? Like this laundry list, he has to be 6 feet tall. He can't. It does so many different things that they want. But when we set out a small standard and we say, this is what we want, this is what and most men are going to tell you the very same thing. Most men are going to tell you the very same thing. We don't need much. You get what I'm saying? And they fight against that so much to the point where they end up getting to that age and not finding anybody, because they're looking for the perfect guy, the Giga Chad. They're looking for the guy that ticks all of those boxes, 90 to 100% of those boxes they want to be ticked to be in a relationship with them. So I totally understand where he's coming from, but dude, you're already in this situation where you have no control over your relationship, right? This woman did not marry you for you. She did not marry you for you. She doesn't really, in my opinion, from what I've observed from her so far, it looked like she married for the prestige. She did not marry for him. She married him because he comes from a well-known family and he's basically New York royalty, right? So it's crazy.
Can I get a ham sandwich? And you know what? I'll take a cherry Danish, the big one in the back.
I think that story got her juices flowing. Why is this
wasn't
awkward?
going to say anything. I was just going to go right on by.
What's wrong?
Eeyore.
I was going through Glenn's treasure box the other day, and I found a lock of blonde hair. Your hair, he says.
Well, I don't know what he told you.
Oh, Glenn doesn't lie, not when he's caught.
I'm not saying it's a lie.
Betty,
He asked me for it.
and you gave it to him. He is 9 years old.
That was a little creepy, huh? You bitch. She slapped her in the face. You are
Betty?
pregnant.
Jill Sandifer was in the market earlier today.
What?
Is it true?
You're my friend, Francine. Are you coming over here to do recon?
I'm worried about you.
Whatever you heard. I don't even want to hear it. I have my own version, and it's plenty.
She's so selfish. Those long walks and that pathetic job at Benson's Jewelry. Carlton went in there to buy me some earrings. I'm sure she loved that.
What will people think?
I think they'll be glad to know you're not a marshmallow.
Do people think I'm weak?
No, it's just you're so sweet and perfect.
I'm not.
Well, it does seem that way.
My mother always said, "You're painting."
Oh, yeah,
your
she did
masterpiece.
mention
Make sure
that
you
her
hide the
mom
brush
passed,
strokes.
and I think it was the last episode.
She was really beautiful. I'm pretty sure Dr. Wayne tried to look down my neckline the other day. He sits behind me. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as men look at me that way, I'm earning my keep. This is something else. I don't want my husband to see this.
I love to be looked at that way.
Every woman does.
We haven't gone over the Nixon thing. You prepared, right?
In what way? I'm sorry, gentlemen. Mr. Sterling, Mr. Draper, I'm waiting for service.
Jesus, we're already late.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Sterling. That's certainly
There's
unbelievable.
stairs.
We could go back to lunch.
No. Cooper'd have a seizure if he hasn't already. Ridiculous. Building this big, what if there was a fire?
Maybe walking down. It'd be easier.
True.
I love redheads. With big breasts.
We'll find you one if we still have jobs. Want me to run ahead?
Run? My name's on the building. They can wait for me.
Heart
I
attack,
said,
bro.
go on.
The hell were you?
Elevator's out.
It's quite a hike. Where's Sterling?
He's coming. Sorry to keep you fellas waiting. The elevator's out.
Pete Campbell, of course.
Hey,
We've
Pete.
spoken on the phone.
Yeah.
He'll continue handling things for you. Well, and when I say handling, I mean he runs everything by me.
Those boys over at United Fruit talk about you like you invented the damn banana.
Whoa, whoa.
You all right, Roger?
Get us some ice water.
Well, let's let Roger regroup.
Yeah. I'll be right in. You okay?
That man is not okay. You know, 23 flights of stairs. Bruh, that ain't no easy task, no matter how old you are. It might affect you less, especially after eating. Great episode, man. Great episode. Mad Men there. It's a good one. I definitely like the fact that they pushed the envelope there a little bit. I really talked a lot during that episode too. Of course, they're not getting into anything too deep. I think most of the deep conversations that we had, I talked about it enough during the episode, so I'm not gonna bore you guys at the end here with more of the same thing. It's just keep in mind, it's just showing the difference between men and women and how they handle situations, especially in marriage and stuff like that. So it's it's just great to see, man. It's just great to see that this is the situation or the theme of the show, I should say. So I'm enjoying that aspect of it because I can talk and, you know, relate to stuff on another level. And I think that's the reason why you guys suggested it. If you suggested it for a different reason, I don't know what it is, because the only reason why you guys would choose a show like this for me is to hear my comments on the things that are happening in the show and how I draw parallels from it and put it to you guys in real life scenarios. Because yes, it might be a show, but these are things that happen in real life even today. So you don't have to be so, you know, just be like, oh, it's fictional or whatever. These are real life situations that these people are going through. Plenty of couples go through this. Plenty of men cheat in their marriage. Plenty of women cheat in their marriage. So it's very, you know what I'm saying, very grounded, and I like that as well. So yeah, I think they're involving the political campaign between Nixon and Kennedy. Did Nixon and Kennedy go up against each other? I don't remember. I wasn't in America back then. Let me see. Nixon versus Kennedy. I don't know who Kennedy ran against. I just know that Kennedy won the election. Right. So John. Yeah, because wasn't Nixon like on his way out? He only did one term, didn't he? Did he run again? Yeah, that was 1960. The 44th election. Quadrennial presidential election. 1960. Closely contested election. John Kennedy defeated Richard Nixon. I know he won. Yeah, I know Kennedy won, but I didn't know that it was, yeah. And then he ran again. Kennedy, JFK, when did he get it? Did he win his second term? I think he did do a second term. I don't, you know, it's, you know, so that's interesting that Sterling Cooper is actually going to be handling the advertising for the campaign. I think they have to choose between Nixon or Kennedy, and they're trying to figure out who they should back. Because, you know, but they're saying that, oh, Kennedy is too young, but he won though. You know what I'm saying? Because they're saying, oh, they don't want a young person. It's like 4 years younger than Nixon. Like, what? It's like, if you're calling that, like, that's the difference between, like, say someone is 60 and the other one is like 55. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, it's a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Nixon might have 5 years on him, a little bit wiser or whatnot, but we all know what kind of president Nixon was. So, you know, when it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't think Nixon. Let me see here, because yeah, he only did Nixon only did one term, right? He only did one term, basically 70 to 74, right? So it's crazy because he won. What was it after? Because he ran again. You know what I'm saying? He ran again because it wasn't. I was thinking that it was before, and then it was he went up against when he was trying to get his second term, but he actually had to. I just remembered, as I said, I don't know American history very well, so don't come at me in the comment section, okay? That's why I'm googling all of this stuff. I know that Nixon, the whole thing that happened to him with Watergate or whatever the situation is, the whole situation where all the tapes and stuff came out about what he was trying to do and all of this other stuff. Don't want to get too deep into that, right? But Nixon actually got impeached, didn't he? Right? Didn't he get impeached? I'm pretty sure Nixon he got impeached because of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he got impeached. I think he's the only president that got impeached. You know what I'm saying? I think he's the only president that got impeached since before. How many of them has been impeached? None of them were convicted. We all know this, but before, back in those days, wow, Andrew Johnson. Didn't know that Andrew Johnson got impeached. I know Trump got impeached twice, and Clinton as well. They were trying to get him out for some stupid reason, because he got his dick sucked. I don't understand why you're trying to impeach a president because he got his dick sucked. It is what it is. So yes, Nixon did get impeached, right? No, he didn't. They tried to. No, he resigned. That's the word I'm looking for. That's the word I'm looking for. Nixon resigned, right? So he didn't run for a second term. He just resigned because of the whole Watergate situation. So yeah, they did recommend it, but it never happened. They did recommend him getting impeached, and he just decided to resign. So he never really got through the process of going through that and going through the trial and all of that crapola. But in any case, as I said before, if I said anything wrong during this, just understand I don't know U.S. history very well. That's why I'm Googling this stuff. Who knows? The stats might be wrong as well. I don't know. But usually stuff like that is not usually wrong on Google, especially, it's very straight up questions. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing deep. It's either it happened or it didn't, right? So usually you can find that information very correctly. But this episode of what they're dealing with and stuff like that, we all know that Pete he's not running his household. And as a man, as a leader, you have to do that. And wasn't the best decision to actually exchange that present for a BB gun or a real gun. I don't even know if it was or not. It's not very much in his interest to do that, but at the same time, you got to take a hold of that situation. You were sent to go and say, I don't know if she wanted the money. I don't know if that's what the situation is, why she was so upset about it and was screaming at him. I don't know if it's because he spent the money next year, but it's like steward credit. I guess he could have got something a little bit more for the home that could benefit them. I guess that's what she's upset about, the fact that he got a toy in her eyes. I don't know. Maybe that's the situation where it's like you could have used the store credit to get something else that would benefit both of us or benefit the household or something like that, and went out and got a toy. But the thing about it is this, right? This man is bringing home all the money. You ain't doing jack shit. So in my opinion, when it comes on to that stuff, you really shouldn't have any say. And I know a lot of people is going to disagree with what I just said, but it's the facts of it all. If I'm bringing home the bacon, if I feel like in a situation like that, I feel like I should have a video game or whatever the situation is, at the end of the day, I'm the one that's running the finances. This don't hurt our pockets one iota. $22? I mean, we're talking about back in the day, so that might be a lot of money, but still, you don't scream at me because I made that decision. I'm a grown-ass man. If that's what I decide to do with the money, that's what I decide to do with the money. I didn't lose my job. Get the fuck off of me. Straight up. So it's just at the end of the day, a lot of times in situations I see where women nowadays, they feel like they need to posture a lot about certain stuff when they don't need to. You get what I'm saying? you upset about something, nothing wrong with venting your frustration, but at the end of the day, if I tell you, it's what I decided to do, deal with it. At the end of the day, you can't hate me for it. Well, you gonna change your mind about loving me because of a decision that I made, and you might think it's a stupid decision or whatever, or I could have done. Yes, I could have done something better, but this is what I chose to do, right? So at the end of the day, there's no real consequences to the actions that I did. So get the fuck off of me, straight up. So, and it happens even now in my relationship today. Like sometimes when I really do have to put my foot down about certain things, and that's just how it is. That's just how it is, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that sit down here and stare at the screen for hours and try to make us money and try to let us live in a household that's comfortable, and you don't have to do jack shit. So guess what? You don't have any say in things according to finance. You just don't. That's just how it is, and that's okay. You're living good, you're living comfortable. So if I go out there and I decide to buy something, if I just go out and say, oh, you know what, this 100-inch TV, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna cost us $5,000-$6,000, and I just bring it home one day without discussing it with you, no, you can't be mad because this is what I decided to do. I might be out there, the price might be nice because maybe these TVs are like $10,000 and it's half price, and I've always wanted one, and I bring it home. Hey man, you have no say in that. You get what I'm saying? It's just like you can be puzzled about it or whatever. You can ask me, you know, if everything is okay. It's just like I've been making sound financial decisions for us for years. Why doubt me based on one decision? But I understand that doesn't necessarily apply to our boy Pete here, because he's newly married. So he hasn't really established that yet with his wife, even though he's trying to, because we've seen him try to be reasonable with her, and she just kind of throw all that stuff out the window to get what she wants, the whole apartment situation. So it is what it is. But in any case, we will move on. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. If you agree, disagree with what I have to say, make sure you put it in the comment section, man. Don't come at me with no vitriol or anything like that. Now I'm saying that it's just my viewpoints on things, how I operate. It's extremely subjective just to me. I like to generalize a lot based on statistics. So if you got something, that's cool. If you operate different, that's cool. The exception never makes the rule. So make sure you put your stance in the comment section if you have nothing against what I have to say, and that's okay. We don't have to share viewpoints, but we don't have to be nasty to each other, right? So end of the day, do what you do, I do what I do. Anyways, see you guys next time. Peace.